Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm. Bit of an oddity. We're doing this on a Wednesday, so on YouTube, you're seeing this on a Thursday, but hey, just an extra podcast for your work week. Sly is going to be going on vacation, and so we're going to talk about the opening keynote today from the recent JP Fan Festival. Trailer, news, all that fun stuff, and, well, I'm looking forward to it, so let's jump in. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Happy. Of course, joining me is Sly himself. How you doing, Sly?
Amazing. I'm not going to be here.
All right, would you want to leave now? You get an early start?
No, my flight leaves tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. Just figured I'd ask since you seem so excited.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, as much as I know you love Sly and I know you love guests too, and so we're bringing back our good buddy Woops.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Happy couldn't find anyone else.
No, you're the first.
Please,
no,
please, Whoops, please.
That's not how it happened.
I'm lying.
He is lying.
Hi, everybody.
He was the only person I asked. And I was just like, hey, you want to do this? And he said, yeah. And I was like, great. Yeah. Perfect. To be fair, though, I was on Mog Talk on Monday, and I said to Frosty, I mean, if you want to come on Wednesday, you can, if you want, I guess. And he's like, you seem so excited to have me. I was like, I mean, I'm just saying, you can just if you wanted to show up on Wednesday, you know, you're more than welcome to. And he didn't say anything. He just kind of laughed about it.
Nah, dude's got top re-clears. He's busy.
I really should do DSR and top re-clears. I just don't.
Yeah. God, if only.
If only there was a group that I was in that was working on that.
I was doing all those re-clears and got all of them done already.
Yeah. Listen,
now we'll do the salty run back with Happy.
I don't want all of them. I don't want all. I actually want Criterion Savage re-clears. I want more of those.
If you want a couple of re-clears of both, I'm sure the guys wouldn't mind. We can just run it whenever you're free.
Yeah, I'm free more now, but you know, We'll see how that changes at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's going to be free at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, it's good to have you. I hope you had a good holiday. Happy New Year, Whoops.
I did. Happy New Year.
Beers.
Why? Happy?
Yeah, there you go. Still have to do that. It's the 10 days in, but I can't stop saying it yet.
Right.
Yeah, still formality. Today we're going to talk about the keynote. I mean, what else is there to say? There wasn't too much else to pull from unless you want to talk about Green Graha or Bahatia or whatever the fuck his name is at this point. That was like the only other news anyone talked about. Yeah, it was. I saw like Bahatia. I saw Matcha Tia. I saw Graha Blast. I saw all sorts of nicknames for Green Graha. It's good. It's good games. But yeah, keynote, exciting times, and now we get to wait 6 months. But hey, we could talk about this stuff until we get more news. Before we get started, of course, shout out to our sponsors on Patreon for supporting. They don't have to. They choose to. Content's free all the time. And State of the Realm should also all be caught up on the audio version as well, which I was slacking on over the holidays. So hopefully all of you who were waiting for those caught those and had something to listen to on the bus or at work or whatever you're doing, trying to ignore your adult responsibilities, as we all tend to do. But thank you to our Patreon supporters, and of course thanks to SteelSeries, who's always sponsoring all the time, and they're just there and they're like, hey, and we're like, hey, that's it, it's over. All right. I'm just so used to doing it, I just kind of slide through the sponsored bit at this point.
Just roll through it. They love it.
They do. They understand. So keynote was packed in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah.
Before we kind of sequentially go through, which I know will fucking fall off the trail trying to go through the whole thing sequentially, is there any one particular bit that you want to highlight as a favorite? So we'll jump ahead. We'll go right to a topic, one that you're excited to talk about.
So glad you asked, Mr. Happy. I got something. I don't know if Sly does. It's got to be the new field operations announcement and confirmation for me. I got to be so real. In my downtime since the end of, the main chunk of Endwalker, I've hopped into a shit ton of Bozja and Eureka. And I went, wait a minute, this is kind of fun. So like hop on and grind. And I'm like, man, I kind of wish there's a new one I could do right now. Damn. There it is. It's coming.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Which of you favored more, Eureka or Bose? I think I know the answer, but
it's kind of 50-50. it's kind of 50-50, but I think I'm gonna go with Bosja.
You do a lot of DRS, so I can see
Yes.
that. Mm-hmm.
I think the actions and the essences in Bosja are really, really interesting, but I love the Maggio wheel in Eureka. If we could combine those, that would be perfect.
God, you're gonna make me spin my Magi wheel during duels?
Wouldn't that be cool though?
I guess you
That
just
would
set it to
actually be
auto.
really
It
cool.
wouldn't even matter. You just set it to fucking auto, or unless they can lock your wheel and prevent like one of their attacks makes like locks the wheel.
They throw a debuff on you, and then you have to swap your defense to whatever that is.
Oh, like a dot or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as
yeah.
they handle the, or you'd have to know it in advance and swap.
Or the
because
boss glows a
snapshot,
certain color, and then you got to swap in advance for the raid wide or something. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. See, he's combining them. He's got it. He's already
thinking.
What do you mean no, Sly? Sly's like thinking. Listen, Sly. I
Is
know.
Sly a field operations hater?
I'm not a hater. I mean, I did like past, I would say like most of December and November, I did like pretty much Eureka and Bosja. Just to kind of, because I still haven't done BA or DRS. So not really a hater. It's just,
Fates.
yeah, I'm kind of ready. I'm kind of ready for a new one.
Don't want to
so you
revisit
haven't
the
done
old.
DRS?
Not yet. I plan on doing it. Like I'm pretty much ready. I still got to do.
Hey,
What's up?
when you get back from vacation, hit me up. I will get
Bet.
you into a group.
Bet.
Literally DM me. I know I know some people.
Okay. I mean, I'm already in the Lifelines Discord, but yeah, bet I'll hit you up.
If you go Lego Steppers or PB,
Yeah.
there's I guarantee there's at least a couple people listening right now that are in there that like regular those places. Take it from me. You can literally hop into a run and they'll just like teach you the whole thing. It's super easy. It's really fun too.
Yeah, I've seen some of your runs, and it seems like really just.
It's a great time,
you know?
and
yeah,
the veterans in there are so good at teaching new people because they've done it literally a billion times. It's a blast. You'll have fun.
yeah.
Yeah, they'd largely take care of any of the action requirements that come from anything. So you usually just end up getting to be a pumper.
Exactly. Yeah, you can basically take whatever you want, but they give you like a little like a picture of whatever job you're playing. They just take this, and most of the time you don't even have to use anything. You're just there.
Yeah. It's just essence, please. That's the only ask, of course.
Don't forget your pure. Don't forget your pure. Don't forget your pure.
Yeah, definitely don't forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so field operations. Yeah, that seems to have been a highlight for quite a few people. Probably won't see it until 0.25 or 0.35 in reality.
Yeah.
But
Probably 3.5 because that's when Bosja came out, right?
yeah, Eureka was 2.5, but I think Bosja is the more likely timeline, like to follow.
2.5 is going to be a raid patch.
Yeah, it didn't stop
2
them with
is-
Eureka. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. 3.5 will be like 6 weeks after. I mean, actually, it'd be perfect right after a second ultimate if they do a second one in 0.3. It'd be like, oh, fucking Christ, just let me get in there so I don't have to use my brain for the next half a patch cycle, please.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of wish they would go 1.5 ultimate, 3.5 field operation, and then hot take a little bit, maybe 5.5 another ultimate.
A lot of people want that.
And just let us chew on that until the next expansion.
Yeah. I think that's tough only because imagine being told you have to make an ultimate, right? And you go through all these months and months of development for it. And then you're like, by the way, all the jobs are going to be different and invalidate the whole thing you just did in like 6 months.
Yeah.
What would be the ultimate though?
Well, we know what one of them is.
Dude,
Okay, we'll get to that,
yeah.
but I am so happy they skipped Stormblood. I'm
No,
not
you're
gonna lie.
whoops. I'm happy. Oh, everyone's
like-
thrilled. Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, like a Shinryu, like Susanoo Lakshmi ultimate would be pretty cool, or like Four Lords, or like maybe even like Xenos Shinryu, or what all the theories that were thrown up.
the person who
skip-
screamed Xenos in the chat in the audience.
Xenos.
That
Xenos.
reaction to him turning around, Xenos. That was so funny. Nah, but I'm I'm actually so pumped they skipped to Eden
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure Happy's heard me say it many times before this. I am so excited for Eden Ultimate.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Rampant Ultimate.
oh no, it's honestly I sat through it. I worked on a video. I already made a video for this that's coming out later this week. And I realized I'm more afraid of this than I was of any Ultimate prior.
Every single one of those fourth floors for that entire raid tier is filled with bangers and mechanics that can be absolutely ultimate-ified, and it's gonna be wild. Door Boss Titan.
I don't even think
Shiva Gaia.
Here's the thing. I don't think you're gonna see any of that.
What do you think? Maybe I should just wait for the video.
Well, I mean, TLDR, I think they treat it a lot like Omega, where they go right to the kind of the main story point. Story beat. Yeah. So I think in the Eden's Promise phase, you'll see like the car and the mirrors and everything. Yeah. I don't think that Titan gets his own phase, though. I sincerely doubt he gets his own phase.
That'd be such a cool door boss. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Door boss, I think Eden Prime or Fatebreaker, to be completely honest.
I'm sure you probably took it from like a minstrel perspective, right?
Yeah.
Like what he's gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like what could have happened? Yeah, like Metron Lawgriff stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, the big thing is at the end of Savage, Gaia just dies. And I think that's what we're gonna be trying to prevent. Essentially, is what the end of the Savage equivalent fight was. It's going to be an attempt to not kill Gaia and like save her from Logriff.
What was the end goal for like that story? Like what did we prevent? I guess is the question, because that's what we're getting.
The last thing that do you mean the actual normal story, like the actual like plot of the story,
like the Savage fight?
Oh, in the Savage in the Savage fight, we separate Metron and Gaia, and then Gaia remembers like Logriff awakens inside with the memories, and then we just kill Logriff.
Right.
Yeah. So we're gonna probably be preventing the whole she dies as Logriff ordeal. So that's I'd be willing to, but I think that's gonna be the whole point of it. I don't think it's gonna be like, fight all 6 of the primals and then fight Cloud of Darkness and then like Shadowkeeper, no dog, no Void Walker, no birds, none of that shit.
It's gonna be primarily Shiva Gaia.
Yeah,
Fatebreaker is a good one too.
Yeah, Eden Gaia, yeah, and then Eden's Future or some shit for the final phase, some fucking amalgamation of all the memories.
Biblically accurate angel.
More tits. Do we have more tits?
More in tight left and right groups.
Eden
can't wait for that.
Eden's Promise is just a tree made of just fucking tits, just all over the place. There's gonna be a million more of them everywhere.
Lore-wise, those are bull's testicles, aren't they?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Sure.
I'm not kidding. I wish I was. Those bulbs on the Eden's Promise model, Eternity or whatever. If you look at the actual like lore implications, those were bull testicles on historic figures.
Oh, you mean like on? I thought you meant in game. There, yeah, no, on historic figures, sir. Like the real.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah, but I mean, in game, there's no like text in game that says like those are bull testicles. No, I understand what he's saying. I do. That's fine. All right. Sly, is there anything in particular that you saw that you'd like to skip to before we start working through things a little bit more sequentially?
Yeah, but I mean, we'll get to it, but obviously Solution 9.
That's it. Just the city. It is a focal point for a lot of people.
Yep. And then us and Nvidia and AMD Savage.
To working together, that would be a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the Arcadian specifically is what you're referring to there. So
yeah, that being it being a new, you know, story instead of like you know, as we talked about last week,
Yeah.
one that's, you know, they picked from other Final Fantasies. Yeah, we really weren't expecting a new story.
I'm not entirely convinced that it's brand new. I mean, they said it's new, but
I mean, okay, like it'll probably pick certain fights or certain enemies from other Final Fantasies. It won't be 100% brand new, but like the tier end bosses will be 100%.
yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Solution 9 obviously is meant to be this facade as it's put in the thing. It's all the buildings and everything. It's all structured facades. Are we thinking just digital city, essentially? It's Tron. It's Tron City.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah.
Have you guys had the unfortunate experience of playing Destiny 2 recently?
Not recently, no.
No.
Okay, so in the most recent Destiny 2 expansion, there's a city called Neomuna. And that's what I got the vibes of when I saw Solution 9. And if you draw the connections there, this is like some major cope. Don't listen to me. But
I'm listening.
I'm hoping that this raid tier coming up, Solution 9 stuff, is just a non-serious tournament arc. Like flashing lights. No. But like flashing lights, like crowds, like fight your way to the top, like cheering, like announcers. Can you imagine how cool that would be?
I can.
We had Omega, right? Which was
we had
arc,
Bloodsport, right? Yeah.
But
yeah,
that was give me data or I'm gonna kill everything. that wasn't get the top prize. That was a Thrillodrome.
It was basically
you're gonna die.
Games. Yeah.
Yeah. We were playing Saw at that point. I want to play a game.
Omega rides in on a tricycle. Little level checker. So the Arcadian, as a term, refers to essentially a simulated rural paradise. So I find it very interesting that there are Bavellan sigils in the background, akin to what you would see in the temples of Final Fantasy X.
Is that what it was? Are you talking about that red symbol in the sky?
There's a few of the different. There's one that's very clearly visible. There's a few others off around the sides as well.
There was that one that was very clearly visible, and I saw some people. I don't know if this is true or not. Some people were saying it was really similar to Altima's glyph.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've seen some lore people say otherwise. I think at this point it's it's obscured just enough to be not confident. Yeah.
I don't think at this point we would see any more Asians, right?
I'm not gonna write them all off because there's still a few we never got resolves. Like we never got resolved story wise. There's like 2, I think.
Yeah.
Well, this is our summer vacation. Why would they fuck with us on our summer vacation?
Stuff
The History Channel pose, Alligans.
Yeah. It's funny because you say summer vacation. I just imagine, you know how there's it. Well, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't talk too much about the original version of 7 here. People who are not like 30 years old practically may not have played the original stuff. I was going to refer to a certain beach scene regarding a particular character. Just imagine Emmett on the beach in that exact same scenario, just
Chilling.
Just chilling. There you go. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be some 10 bosses in there. It screams dream, the dream of the faith to me, but I don't think it's
Dream
that.
of Faith?
Yeah. But I don't think it's that. I think all of Solution 9 is literally that kind of situation.
I'm like, this can't be like future Xanarkin, can it?
No.
Nah. I was like, nah, no. Too much of a stretch.
No, I'm already dealing enough with people with Yoshi P saying they've cropped out stuff in the Solution 9 part, like just so people and everyone's like, oh, they cropped out the Blitzball Stadium, happy, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kick you in the throat. All right.
I think they cropped out scenes with NPCs in them.
Yeah. That's what I think. I think if we saw the type of people that were walking around, it would probably be too much. Unless those type of people also happen to play Blitzball, in which case, then I'm fucked. So.
Well, Happy, they were wearing sports jerseys.
They were in the Tokyo Dome.
Mm-hmm.
That's where baseball is played.
They were selling them,
Yeah.
So it's basically Blitzball confirmed.
I'm gonna lift off both legs. I'm gonna buy a trampoline, a small one, and I'm gonna just jump on it. I'm just gonna get full air, go sideways, and just drop kick that suggestion directly in the throat.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Heard.
Yeah.
Yes, chef.
Okay. Either way, it seems to be the sole focus. It seems like after Solution 9 got revealed, I think everyone forgot about the forests and the beaches and everything else because everyone's just like, oh, yeah, that's fucking cool. What's going on over there real quick?
It's like arrive at the island. Wow. Find the spooky mountain. Whoa. Go down inside. Oh. And then that's where the meat is, right?
Kind of, in a sense.
I'm kind of tempering my expectations like they were pre-Endwalker and after playing Endwalker.
You're expecting it to
fair.
just not be like crazy serious or like just
well, for example, you remember what's his nuts with the body part?
I don't know any of the characters by their nuts, so you
No, the dungeon boss that everybody thought was going to be like the big bad of Endwalker.
Anima?
Anima. I
Yeah.
don't know why I blinked on that name just now. The FanFest stuff is gonna be like, it's gonna be like the first hour of the story, basically.
Classic misdirection.
Oh, yeah.
Classic misdirection. Yeah.
So there's something beneath the surface that we need to think about.
El Dorado, probably the thing they've omitted. Unless the City of Gold is actually Solution 9, and it's just like some like fucked up legend that they didn't understand at all.
Is there golden graphics cards? Anybody confirm?
If there are, if you pay enough.
Possibly.
I remember like 2 months ago, NVIDIA, it was either NVIDIA or AMD, they were talking about they instead of using like what they use now for graphics cards, they were going to use Diamond because it was more conductive.
Oh.
And it was like one graphics card was going to be like $42,000, but it would run better than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunate that the only two things that graphics cards can be made of is what now I think it's copper or something. Or it's not copper, it's something else. Or diamonds. And that's it. There's no in between apparently at the moment. What?
Rough.
You're not looking for a nice tax write-off? Yeah, man, I needed a new PC, so I got one of the diamond plated.
I'm considering
Silicone.
upgrading my graphics card soon for my stream PC. Because Happy, did you see the NVIDIA stuff? It's off topic a little bit.
Oh, the 4070 Super?
Yeah, and Sly, I guess. Do you guys run dual PC setups? I forget.
No, not me.
No.
Okay, so this news is actually good for both of you. But did you see the NVIDIA like Twitch stuff? That
No,
they just announced?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard
I have an NVIDIA card. I
about
can make use of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign up for the enhanced broadcasting
beta.
testing.
Yeah.
See,
because-
my thing is like, for that, like, I mean, partners already get transcoding. Is it going to be better than the current transcoding we already
Yes.
get?
Yeah, it's enhanced bitrate. So
going above 8,000.
yeah, and you can stream up to 1440p,
Yep.
and you can stream up to 4K. And you don't have to set your own OBS settings. You pick the quality you want, and then it'll stream at the correct bitrate, correct settings to look the best for Twitch. And it'll all just happen through your GPU.
Yep.
AV1, baby.
Yep. It's funny because somebody was just, I can't remember who it was, but somebody was complaining to me about how Twitch didn't have AV1. They're like, YouTube's so much better for streaming. I'm like, YouTube has good video quality. But boy, does everything else suck about.
Yeah.
I sure do love making new events every fucking day just to go live.
Yep.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Great. Ugh. Yeah, a little off topic, but on topic because it's just the Arcadian.
Graphics cards.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. That's all it is. Yeah, I'm glad there. Were you hoping for a Final Fantasy themed raid? Whoops, and any like, were you like thinking like, oh, they'll do something from 10, 9, whatever?
Looks at my backlog of all the Final Fantasy games I haven't played. Yes. I gotta be so honest. I haven't ever finished 7.
That's fine.
I only played the first part of the 7 remake. I played halfway through 4. That's it.
Wow.
I played 11 when I was very young. I think I played a little bit of 10 when I was very young. That's it.
This frees you from. You have no idea, as somebody who's played them all, this frees you up so much from the portion of Final Fantasy fans who just only want things from other Final Fantasies and never.
Right.
And the prediction is always, oh, that's got to be 10, that's got to be 9. And I'm just like,
Right.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Exactly. So like I'm not in that group of people that's like they see something on the new announcement for Final Fantasy 14 and they're just like, oh, that's just this from that game. And I get to go, what the heck is that? Oh my god.
It also excuses you for getting Anima, because without having played through all of 10, you know.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And the Major Sisters, if you didn't play through all 4.
Mm-hmm.
There's all sorts of, and 10 also, I guess. One day you'll get to them. Maybe.
I'm sure I will. You have no idea how tempted I've been to just watch one of your count up things that you do where you just play all of them. I don't gotta play. I'm gonna just watch
Every
them.
new
Happy
Final
fucking play
Fantasy
'em.
release.
That's what I'm gonna have to do with 11. I have to put out all the lore videos on 11 because not everyone's gonna jump in. I did one today.
See, that one's gonna be tough because I know for a fact that 11's not easy to play by design.
By design, yeah, but you also
It's easier.
what's the oldest jank game you could think of that you've played?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Give me something like ultimate level jank that like you like.
Does Muds count?
I think that it's gonna be easier to play than Muds are. Maybe go for like late 90s, early 2000s. Like,
I
do you got
don't
any
know.
RuneScape in your past?
I guess old school RuneScape, yeah.
Yeah.
Like really old school.
It's easy.
RuneScape.
It's easier than play. I actually, let me rephrase. It makes more sense in some ways and less in others. It's like
Dude, the install process is harder than the game.
I did have to make a guide for the install process. I did genuinely release a raid guide for the install.
Yeah.
So
Or 11.
yeah,
It's rough.
it's not great, Sly. It's the things it doesn't tell you to do that are rough, like turning off, like the fact that when you first install it, it comes with a 20-minute auto disconnect that can occur during the update.
No.
And you have to turn that to off or you'll get kicked out of the update. That happened to me as a kid. I remember that.
Sly,
very
have
well.
you never installed Final Fantasy 11
He sure
on
has.
PC?
I have.
Okay.
I have. I need to get back to it though.
I want one of my content creator friends who hasn't done it before to make a video where they just blindly say, "Okay, guys, today's video, I'm gonna try to install Final Fantasy 11, and the video ends when I get frustrated. Let's start, and then just see how long the video goes."
Not literally.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't even that bad now. It's like, I don't think it's as bad.
build
as it
different.
used to be.
Sly. They're gonna get to the part where they have to install they have to download a 5-part RAR file that they need to unzip, and it's gonna go at that point. Like, if they do it like it is on the site, if you do it through Steam and you don't do that, they might make it a little further. But if you do it on the site, they're like, here's these 5 RARs you need to install, unpack them in this location, and then launch the first one, and it'll go through them all, and that's only to get the game's like base files installed.
I thought I accidentally installed the virus when I was doing that the first time, and I was like, "I'm just going through it now. Here we go. Play online. What is this shit?"
Good old play online.
It's the thing is, even if you got through all the way to booting up the game, that's where the video ends no matter what. Because there's zero chance they would have done something you have to do to play it on modern consoles, because it's not in the install instructions anywhere. You have to enable a legacy component on Windows, like direct play legacy component.
Mouse and keyboard players from 14 trying to play 11 going, what the hell is this?
Let's just, do you know how Angelus does Deep Dungeon with only keyboard?
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to play 11, right?
Yeah, that's why he plays only keyboard, because the mouse is a fucking liability.
Have you ever like tried to fight in a dream?
Yeah.
You know? And it just doesn't work.
Your arms just get really slow.
That's what it feels like to play Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah. No, it's what it's like to install it. Once you're playing it, it's a little less like that.
Crazy.
Don't worry. If you ever make the jump, Whoops, I'll guide you.
I've tried, and I just need I need people around me to play it at the same time, I guess.
I do have a link shell on Bahamut that has veterans and new players alike. There you go.
You have my attention.
And they've been working their way through the stories to get caught up, and it's active every day.
Might just do that.
Yeah. I will guide you. I will guide you on your path. Once you get going, it won't be so bad. But
yeah,
getting going is a time, to say the least. I hope you like Wikipedia.
I love Wikipedia.
Good, because you will have about 18 tabs open for it at all times.
Well, let me tell you, I've played Terraria so many times, bro.
Fucking hard to navigate.
Yeah.
Like early on, I was just like, okay,
dude.
So
yes,
I click this, and then wait, what's this? I don't see this on the map. What's this?
Because there isn't on the map.
Yeah.
The worst. It was so funny. Someone's like, "How do I turn this item in for a quest?" I said, "Trade it to them." Is like, it's not working. I was like, "You need to actually trade it to them like they're a player, not talk to them and ask them." Yeah, it's like click the trade option and open it.
That's what really freaked me out. When I started playing not the first time, like probably the third time in my life. The time I really gave it a good shake. It was like the Goblin holiday event.
Oh God.
And Bastock, I think.
Yep.
And they were like, "Oh, you can get this you can get the gloves or something that give you like enhanced orange juice buff or something like that." And I was like, "Okay,
yeah, they're all
I guess I'll do this quest because it's important or something." How do I do it? And my buddy Mark sends me a fucking Google Doc presentation.
Yep.
I open it up and I'm like, what is this? It's like a 10-page guide, college essay on how to do a holiday quest. And I was like, what is happening? It was so bad.
Then the fucking auction house. Like me going to the auction house for the first fucking time and trying to navigate that. Like, did I buy this?
Yeah. So yeah, the auction house is a jerk, because people are like, "Oh, I just want to buy it for this cost," and then it asks you to put in a gill amount, and you're like, and then it says you were unable to buy because people list items, but it doesn't tell you the price of the listed item.
They listed.
You have to guess.
So you have to guess.
And just whatever you put in, if it's over the minimum of something that's on there, then you buy whatever the first thing is there. So what you do is you look for the sneaky motherfucker. You know how in undercutting in 14 where someone will put 49999 instead of 50? Because that's invisible, when you bid, you put 49999 as your bid to see if you catch one of them crafty motherfuckers. Instead, who is trying to undercut right there. You just try to go a 500 below, 1,000 below. Just be like, "Yeah, I caught you. You weren't gonna fucking get that 1,000 kill from me."
Got him.
Little fucker right here. Yeah. That leads into, I guess, one of my thing for the initial discussion that began here, which was the Vanadil raid. That we got the first image revealed. That was something I was waiting for, and it was exactly the image I thought it was going to be. But I'm excited because now I get to start educating people on Final Fantasy XI lore and how fucking insane it is. So that was a picture of the Shadow Lord, and I now also have to deal with everyone going from near every fucking time I say that. I was like, I'm gonna fucking once again get the trampoline out, drop kick. There you go. Yeah, that is the, for any who don't know and haven't seen the video, that is the villain from the base game of Final Fantasy XI, the first final boss.
He was described to me as John Vanadil.
Sort of. I'm not entirely disagreeing with that. He's got a little more backstory than John does. Little more. Significant portion more. Tragic character, actually, and one that they have expanded the lore upon in almost every expansion since the base game came out, even though he's not in the expansions.
Oh my god, like Nier.
God,
I can't wait for that to happen so many times.
Shadow.
So begs the question: do we get Ildmarsh?
Yeah, I think they're gonna roll through the first 2 expansions, which if you're looking to replay, those are the 2 easiest ones to replay through.
Yeah.
Are Xylart and Chains of Promethea. They're intertwined in the game's base story. It's like, because you literally have to complete the base story to do Xylart, but you could start Chains at like level 20. And then 30 for the first class.
So do you think they focus solely on the first 2, or do they expand out?
I don't think they go past that. I don't think. I know some people want to say treasures. For those who don't know, the Mammal Jaw are from Treasures of Ottergon originally.
No.
What are they called? The what were the trolls called? They're like Hunte, Munte. They were in the keynote.
Treasures?
No. In the keynote for 14, they have the Final Fantasy 11 trolls, but they called them something completely different.
Hobgoblins?
No,
they
not the hobgoblins.
They have like a regional name.
The giants. The giants.
Oh, the guys with the bug eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was like Hunte or something like that. I know
the Plu.
The what?
Moblins. Hanu. I'm looking at a list of the names. Nah, not the Pelu.
No, Pelu are the Final Fantasy X characters. Mammal Jar from 11. Moblins also from 11, actually.
Yeah.
And then
this page I'm looking at doesn't have them. I know they said the name though. I can't remember.
It's like it's Hunte or Huntai, or it's not Huntai. There's no way they would have done that. That's way too close. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, chat was like, I think I just heard Happy say the wrong thing, and I was like, yeah, you know what? It's something close to that though. It's like TAY at the end or something. But yeah, those are also from 11 as well. So yeah, there's a lot of Treasures of Ottergon, like visual references, but story-wise, I don't think they go that far. But yeah, if you want to play it, I hope you have several weeks put aside.
Oh, yay.
Like I said, at least Chains and Xylart are both really easy to play through comparatively to the later Voracious Resurgence that finished earlier this year. No. It's a good story, but don't commit to it. It's not. Yakhoi. That's what they're called. Yakhoi. All right. Yeah, those are just trolls in 11. That's it. And they have Cerberus, who guards the gates of the underworld as a pet. So maybe that's something to consider.
Ah.
Yeah. Another Cerberus. We could do with more Cerberus. Cerberi. Cerberi? Something in that vicinity.
Cerberuses.
That sounds terrible. All right, so we each got our major points tackled. Let's go back to the beginning, because we do have the trailer itself, which as we got, which was really just one thing, 2 things technically, but one really long sequence and a few smaller sequences added to it. Which of course leads us into the first major point. We got to see Kryl in the trailer.
Yep.
As we expected. Still has her hood, even though she has indeed job changed. Which actually I saw a lot of people concerned they would get rid of the hood. They were like, they can't get rid of the hood. Even if she changes clothes.
Can you call it a job change though?
I mean, I'm sure she had something she was capable of before. We just don't know what, because she was not good at fighting at all. I mean, at this point, she had no combat identity, and now she has a combat identity. So,
Oh, my package is here. I got to go grab it real quick.
that's perfectly fine. I can hear the doorbell going. Sly, because we're Kryl, obviously we knew, but the big thing is the job she was revealed as.
Not a clue. I like. At one point, everybody and their mom had the thought, and I did too. I kind of gave up on that like pretty early on in favor of Green Mage, but yeah, to say that like it was unexpected. Yeah, it was definitely unexpected for me.
See, I think it should have been the highest expectation. I just bought too much into the green herring that was the clover earring, which she's wearing in the fucking trailer. She's like, look, I have them on. Fucking idiot. Yeah. So I was like, oh, it could be either or. And then that's it. Flip the script. And then it was exactly what what should have been the default guess pretty much the entire time. In my opinion.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We were just talking about the earring bamboozle with Kryl.
The earring bamboozle? Oh, the little
clovers.
Clover
thing?
Yeah.
I thought it was for sure Green Mage. Dude,
yeah.
I can't believe that Yoshi P's shirt was really as easy as artist names.
I can. It's been really easy before. He had fucking Scarlet Witch for Red Mage and Batman for Dark Knight.
I guess I just let people get in my head too much. They were like really like, well, if you look at the angle that Donatello's arm is at, converged with the like. It was really just that easy.
Yeah. It's all because of everyone thinks back to the Spider-Man shirt. Everyone uses myself included, uses the Spider-Man shirt.
Sam Raimi.
Yeah, the Sam Raimi. It's always the thing where people go, it's been not simple. 007's was also kind of strange for machinist. You get it, but like it's just kind of a weird like
Q branch.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we got Kryl. Oh, and Chad says she casted Glare in Tower of Zot at the beginning section. Kryl specifically. So Conjurer, White Mage, however you want to put that. So there you go. There's your job change. All these, I can't help but notice we keep having these healer scions that keep job changing to DPS. It's like they're fucking sick of it.
Yeah. I mean, I would be too. Damn.
They went into PF one time. They're like, not doing that again. Nope.
Nah, fam.
No,
nah, family.
Can't trust these motherfuckers. But it is. We got the most logical outcome in that of Pictomancer.
Yep.
And now comes the question of yay or nay.
What do you mean? Like if we like it or not?
Yeah.
To what?
I'll wait till I play it.
Well, I mean, you can still kind of draw an initial, like, looking at it. Does it look like
was
something?
Was that a pun?
No, but it is now. Draw a conclusion. I like that. There you go.
I think if what my initial draw from the job, like, footage was, I think it's going to play pretty good. I think it's going to play really similar to Summoner. And I think it's going to do damage equivalent to Black Mage because it doesn't have a raise. It's got the RDPS buff, so it's I hate to say it, but I think it's going to be Summoner too. And I think that's fine. But I know a lot of people are not going to like that.
So Summoners eat crayons. What's the equivalent for
paint?
Yeah. So they just eat
like
paint. Okay.
When they were
cool.
casting the spells, right? It looked like to me a red, a blue, and a yellow paint.
And a purple.
So they're eating paint.
Yeah, and then the purple, which I think is going to be like you use two paints of one kind, and then you use the big paint, like of a combination of the two. So like the red and blue paint, and then when you have red and blue paint, you can cast whatever, and then when you have like blue and yellow paint, you can cast the green spell.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious how they're going to do paint as a resource. Will it be kind of like Red Mage with mana? Will it like?
I think it'll probably just cost mana to like use the main spells, right?
Yeah.
And then you just.
But I'm thinking that like you will have the ability to run out of paint essentially, I guess. That's what
Oh,
I'm saying.
I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I think it's just the colors you use are going to determine. So when they paint the canvas over their head, I think what they paint's going to be whatever spells you've loaded up, whatever paints you've loaded up
Yeah.
recently. So
like samurai.
yeah, kind of. So you'll cast yellow paint. So now your canvas has yellow paint on it. You cast red paint.
Yeah.
Now it has red paint on it. When you cast the starry sky,
You
it's
press your paint button. Yeah.
yeah. When you press your paint button, whatever palettes you have determine what that actually becomes, and then what that spell actually does. So whether or not it's based on having 1 paint, 2 paints, 3 paints, like Sens or whatnot, I think it depends, because if there's 6 colors for paints, then it changes things a little bit, because we see 4 colors. We don't see, I think, green and I don't know. I guess of water. I don't know. I guess water could be a different blue or whatever, because they have ice. They have ice and lightning. So, but yeah. There's a bunch of other takeaways from it for me, though. 1.5 second cast times was a big takeaway for me. However, the big over the head one is like 3 seconds or 3.5 seconds. And then how the monsters work, like the Moogle and whatever other ones we end up getting.
And they did also mention that it has instant casts.
Yeah.
So while it has long like cast times, you're probably going to be you're walking around with your basic GCDs that are like 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. And then when it's big spell time, you like use one of those instant casts, pop your big paint, and then like throw like that Moogle OGCD and like keep moving or whatever. I think it's going to be pretty fun. It seems interesting.
Yeah. I also agree that I think it's going to be designed to be a powerhouse if their job design philosophy stays exactly the same.
Well, if they don't make it do a lot of damage and it doesn't have a raise, you would never play it.
What if you just like paint?
Hey, more power to you, buddy.
Let's like either way. I mean, they actually have a habit of under tuning jobs. Everyone thinks they're overtuned at first, but they end up being undertuned when it comes to new jobs. So then the good news is if it was undertuned at launch, then you get to look forward to buffs. Isn't that right, Dragoon players?
Yay!
You guys are used to that every expansion.
Like players in the corner, like, woo! Getting a buff literally every patch for no reason.
Sly, you're muted.
Can't complain.
I said we didn't ask for it, but we'll take it.
Yep.
At the start of the expansion, they're usually asking for it. Then they're like, that's good. And Yoshi P's just like, no, hold on.
Have you guys ever seen that image of the person handing the other pair of hands like a big stack of presents and then like the open hands taking them?
Yeah.
Dragoon players getting buffs for no reason. Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Pictomancer, not really too much we can tell, but I mean, same as Viper. I felt more exciting to see Picto's skills versus Viper's. Viper's was like, let me show you me swinging the sword from 3 different angles in case you didn't see it the first 2 times.
And then let me turn blue and then swing them again.
Yeah. The only thing we picked up from the Viper...
All I can just imagine for that Viper gameplay is just like the gif of like a cat just going ham on a keyboard.
Yep.
Because that's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be Ninja 2.
Macking it. I already know exactly how the job's going to play.
Yeah. I have a pretty set feeling
Build
about
gauge.
how it'll be.
60-second spender. 2-minute buff.
Yeah.
Really big ability that you hope crits. Repeat.
No, it's going to direct crit, I promise.
Hope so.
There you go. You're not going to have another double down situation with Gunbreakers.
Oh, no. Boo-womp.
Or getting to the last phase of top and being like, all right, how many Hyoshos did I not crit?
That was actually me, man. Oh, my God.
Where are the Hyoshos? Where are the fan dances? Where is everything?
I had 13 Hyoshos in my first top clear. 2 of them crit. Not crit direct hit, crit in general. All the rest of them were just flaccid.
Completely limp.
Yep.
Melted ice.
Love this game.
That's my favorite thing to hear Whoops say. As soon as something goes awry, love it. I love it so much.
So awesome.
And then I guess Picto. I wonder what Picto will will draw. What's Picto's fucking didn't crit like thing gonna be? They're gonna draw Ultros. Dude, you know what I loved? I love somebody saying the Picto LB3 should be them just drawing like a really shitty Bahamut that does like a shitty looking like paint mega flare.
Yeah, that would be cool. But what I'm thinking, and we do kind of have proof of this since they showed a Moogle, I think it should be like Summoner, but summon all the things that Summoner doesn't summon. So like Moogles, Alexander, perhaps some dragon stuff.
Sky's the limit. I mean, it's just drawing whatever from the game. I mean, but the limit break in particular, it's like I feel like they just have to draw something like.
Skull had my favorite theory for LB3. Where he just draws the boss's mama fat as hell, and then the boss gets embarrassed and runs away.
This is Final Fantasy, not what was I about to say?
Well, apparently your mama's a Final Fantasy, according to that LV3.
God,
just now you make me want it to draw like a giant fat chocobo that just squishes everything.
Oh, that'd be a good drawing too, actually. What I actually think is gonna happen with the LB3 is that they're just gonna start doing that emote on the floor where they start painting the floor a bunch, and then a giant paint fill bucket is gonna appear in the sky and just.
So you mean to tell me we've had this job since?
Yes.
What?
It was right in front of our faces.
Oh my God. Since that one raid where we turned into Air Force and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Omega, yeah. I for a second I thought you were gonna say draws up water underneath them and a shark jumps out of the fucking water that they paint. Cool. That's it. It's gonna be so ridiculous. I will say this. I already struggle to see how anybody plays with all their effects on. I'm definitely gonna see them struggle with Pictomancer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I watched Saya do Ultimate for about 5 minutes and I had to turn it off because I was like, wait, he plays with all effects on? I'm not watching
what Zeph
this.
Does too.
That's why I don't look at Zeph's footage ever. Zeph submits it. He's like, here, you can use this for guides. And I'm like...
He's like, Jesus, my eyes.
Oh, my God. I don't know how. I don't know how they do it. But that was the first major takeaway from the trailer. The other, of course, was our initial unveiling of Wooklamat, who is the female Hrothgar from the coming patch. And yeah, female Hrothgar. I mean, it ends with female Hrothgar, but I mean, it was on our minds. So sequentially, it's, that's the next major point.
Yeah.
Much bigger fan of them than the male Hrothgar in terms of design. In terms of the designs that they showed towards the end of the thing. I just remember seeing Hrothgar. I was in Japan, like in the crowd, and Hrothgar was like a very confusing experience, even like amongst the crowd in Japan. Whereas female Hrothgar, I don't think was the case. Seems like everyone was far more receptive of the in-game. Seems the CGI at the beginning was people are like, but the in-game part later, a lot of people seem to be a fan of.
I was a fan of 99% of it. I won't lie. I gotta be honest. When they first showed the in-game footage and they showed that first female Hrothgar face, it looked really low quality for whatever reason. I don't know if it was just a stream quality thing or whatever, but I was like, whoa. Then they kept showing more and more of it, and I was like, oh yeah, it looks good. It like, I think it looks great, especially the concept art. It looked awesome.
Yeah, the Gunbreaker concept art.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, that was good. They are exactly what I wanted them to have. Good posture. I wanted them to essentially just be almost female Rugadin sense, but just a little more, Hrothgar, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no hunch. Everyone's glad the hunch is not there. They couldn't have a hunch. If they had a hunch, it would have been weird. That's it. Speaking of the trailers, going back to the Picto one, the fucking everyone making Splatoon. It was really funny seeing not Final Fantasy fans react to Pictomancer.
Yeah.
because they were so fucking confused about it the entire time.
Yep.
That's, I mean, I'd imagine was quite the time.
What, me?
Yeah, you haven't played 6.
No, I was just like, I figured Pictomancer was gonna be one of the options. So when I saw it, I just thought it looked really cool. It looked super pretty.
Yeah, everyone was like complaining about how it just looked like shittily drawn spells.
Nah, it looks fine.
I like it though.
Wait, what the shirt that one of the dev team was wearing that they said their daughter made drew
that was
like
Mr. Ozma, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Ozma. Yeah, they drew what you call it?
Pandemonium.
P10. Yeah.
So funny. Oh
That's
God.
a big fender. Confirmed.
Yeah, we should get that as a drawing.
That can be the LB3. Just draw Pandemonium. Draw his cells too while we're at it. All right, and then after the trailer, after they do the Pictomancer bit, they then started going into, well, they went into the areas, which we kind of jumped ahead with Solution 9, but we also got to see Heritage Found was another area that they unveiled. And a lot of people had a lot of different assessments of that. Again, depending on whether you're a Final Fantasy player or not, there are some parallels to draw to some other games.
Even though I'm not a big Final Fantasy player, like from the main series, that gave me big Midgar vibes.
Yeah, that was a very common thing. Among the people who have at least played some Final Fantasy, that was the #1 takeaway.
It was just mostly the train with like the big tech in the background, you know.
Yeah.
Contrast.
Yep. That was definitely it. Me, more Final Fantasy X, given the area that they're in. The Thunder Plains, specifically, which is an area always enshrouded by lightning rods, which means lightning dodging achievements.
I heard some of my friends saying that, and I have no idea what it means, and I'm afraid to find out.
So, in Final Fantasy X,
Explain it.
there is an area called the Thunder Plains, and whenever the screen flashes, a lightning strikes your location. And if you don't press X quickly enough, it hits you. The only way to avoid it is to stand near the lightning rods. You have to do that 200 times in sequence in order to obtain all the rewards from dodging lightning bolts.
My God.
Yeah.
And not miss.
And yeah, if you miss once, you got to start over from 1. It has to be sequentially.
Holy shit.
It is one of the most despised mini games. I think it's really easy. Because you can like stand in a few spots and just wait the lightning bolts out, and they're pretty consistent in how often they happen. So it just becomes like a timing game. But you have to, it takes about 15 minutes to do all 200 bolts, which, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's better than the jump ropes in 9.
I forgot what you get for it.
You need it for I think it's Lulu's ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But however, I always do at least 50 my first time through because you get 4 strength spheres. So it's plus 20 strength for a character, which is busted as fuck at that point in the game. As long as we don't ever get the jump rope minigame. Ivy, stop. 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 She's trying to walk onto my desk. She wants...
Let her.
No. They're not allowed on my desk. It's because she sees me fiddling around with this cock right here.
Huh? To the audio listeners, you won't believe what Mr. Happy just showed on his webcam.
Don't worry. I make sure to keep some crabs on it.
No,
there.
nice.
There you
Okay.
go.
Oh man.
Yeah, so she sees that and she's like, I want a piece of that. And then she just tries to climb on the desk.
Wants a piece of some cock, huh?
Yeah, there you go. Fiddling with what now?
It's like Heaven's Turn so many years ago all over again.
God, I love that. That's another thing, real quick. This Heaven's Turn, I keep forgetting the whole point of Heaven's Turn is they have no idea how to communicate it. So it's just like words are just like, oh, yeah, this thing. And they're like, what the fuck is that? But the cock one always reigns supreme. I keep asking people if they want to pet my cock, and they keep giving me a weird look.
Huh?
Koji must have had a blast with that one year with Heaven's Turn.
Oh God.
I bet.
For Heritage Found, I think that orb in the back is Solution 9. I'm almost certain it is for Heritage Found. And I think it's being powered by the endless lightning storm that occurs there.
Would make sense.
Yeah. I think that seems...
Artificial 11.
For what?
Artificial 11.
Yeah, pretty. I see. I wonder though, because like, we don't know a bunch about the first couple of calamities, story wise. One of them is a calamity of lightning. I think it's the second one, and I wonder if this is somehow related to that and the civilizations that lived back in that time.
I've heard some vanish theories about Solution 9 being the other Moritine haven during the Sundering.
Yep, I've heard that. I have heard that. I've assumed Alligans potentially as well, because Alligans.
Alligans.
Yeah. Every time.
Every time.
And then there's, of course, the third option that it's neither. I would kind of prefer it to be neither. We just got away from all the Amarat and Allagan stuff for the most part. So, like...
It's back, baby!
They were never gone.
Psych!
We had Orthos. Everyone's like, good, we're done with Allagans. Goes to Eureka Orthos. Now we're done. Now we're done. I promise, now we're done.
Never.
Yeah. No, honestly, I don't think we'll ever be done with Allagans at this point. I think they're there. I think they're just going to be there forever. Just going to keep dealing with it.
Yep.
Yep.
What was after that?
There's a lot after that.
New dungeons.
I'm so glad it doesn't say challenging new dungeons.
They did say challenging new dungeons at one point, though, right? Didn't they?
I don't honestly. I kind of.
Was it NA?
In the core
Hey, dude,
battle content.
it'd be so funny if at only NA it says challenge. It's like, listen, we know it's fine. The clear rates, we get it. Here, challenging. That way you don't feel so bad. Yeah, we got to just see a handful of some of the screenshots and pictures, which realistically it's just in game of the artwork we saw at EU and NA, pretty much.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. I was like, yep, that's a dungeon.
I mean, what else can you say?
I was like, there's the first trash pull, there's the first boss arena, there's the next trash pull, and there's the next boss arena. Okay. Crazy.
Put it together. What do you get?
A dungeon.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they're the bread and the butter. We honestly, the two best things about dungeons both happen the first time you do them. The interactions with the trusts, if you do it with the trust, and the music.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Endwalker delivered on both of those in spades. I mean, everyone going into Babel for the first time.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just so good. So we got to hear a theme that sounds like it's probably one of the jungle dungeon themes. It's using the motif, the Dawn Trail motif. So we've now heard it used once. So we can expect a lot of that, a lot of that Dawn Trail motif going forward.
I'm going to get real familiar with it when I'm leveling.
Oh,
Unfortunately, high level.
Are you gonna
dungeons?
Are you one of the people that just does Dragoon through the story, or do you pick one of the new jobs for story and then go back? No, I do Dragoon
through the story.
All right.
Yeah.
And then I go back through and I spam the dungeons now that they buffed dungeon XP.
But will they be buffed on Dawn Trail release? Because it was the Endwalker ones that were buffed.
They should. They went back and retroactively changed them all, didn't they? Like just
but I mean from 90 to 100, not 80 to 90.
Yeah, I'd hope they'd keep it the same. But
I mean,
good old Square Enix. We'll see.
Bozia was faster than Dungeons for the first couple months.
Yep, it sure was.
Nothing like doing 80 to 90 in Bozia, 70 to 90 on one job.
C3 and just spamming?
No, I didn't do that. I went to the Southern Front and I sweated that shit hard.
Man.
I went to every single fate, tagged 2 mobs, let everyone else finish it, and fucked off to the next one. I was like, nope, that's it. I'm here for just maximum speed. Teleport here, return there. I was speed running. I did 5 levels in 1 lockout or something like that.
You weren't even getting metal.
I was capped on metal. Yeah, so I couldn't do anything with all the metal. Hopefully we have some other things. I don't know about you, but I used Fates a lot because I got the Weavray mount from all the tokens.
Oh yeah. That's something maybe I'll look into doing, because I wanted to do that, but it's so hard like nowadays because there's nobody fucking doing it.
Yeah, some of them aren't great.
Gotta find a fate train at the beginning of an expansion.
Yeah, Fates are fucking bumping at the start of the expansion. Yep. And it made doing that super easy. The big thing is there's gonna be bots because most Eureka bots went back to doing Fates because they can, instead of gambling on a bunny giving them good loot, they just consistently get gemstones and then sell that shit. So that keeps it active, at least on Ether.
Yay!
If you're looking to do Fates, there you go. You're probably going to want 1,000 gemstones before the expansion comes out, at least.
Yeah.
Assuming they don't add a new currency.
We're going to want a lot of the just tomes and gemstones in general for crafting mats.
Yep.
To make gear for Savage.
Just at post-release as well. Yeah. Oh, Sly's looking at he's ready to make that money. Sly, you want
to bank?
Speaking of making bank, man, you know what's the worst part about Dawn Trail's release? And I'm going to tell you already, there won't be an Unreal for 4 months.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they did. There was no Unreal at the start of Endwalker. They just didn't have it until 0.1.
Nope.
Yeah, so I'm saving that 1,000 points now.
Is it just gonna be Thornton?
It's Thornton until Dawn. No, it's gone. There's no Unreal. At all for the first major patch, so you just can't act. Yeah. You just, if you don't have I don't think they add any rewards. They add rewards to Wondrous Tales, but I don't think they add anything to.
I'm gonna try asking Yoshi P the same question I did last year that he dono-walled me on. Then
getting 2 per patch. Yeah.
Well, I'm just asking what the plan for Unreal is, and if we're gonna take UCOB and Uwu and make them Unreals finally.
I mean, we still got a pool of primals and fights that we haven't gone through. So again, Ravana.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna overlap.
Dude,
extreme Unreals and
we're gonna be 30 levels over UCOB. 30.
But we're synced down.
Okay. Yeah. The fight was cleared with over 100 reses.
And now maybe over 200. Go for a new record.
Bahamut dies after like the second trio now. It's wild.
Just
really.
Yes, you have to get him under 60% HP, and you can get him to that on like Blackfire if you have the right comp. It's like actually a joke of a fight now.
Just don't die to Heaven's Fall. Don't step on a twister. And don't let a ball explode off of a thing. You're good.
For the longest time, you've skipped like half of ads. Yeah. If you don't have any deaths. That poor fight needs some juice. It needs an Unreal so bad.
Ooh needs juice so you can actually get LB3 without making a fucked up decision.
Oh my god. You have to cheese that fight now. Like, you have to purposely take extra damage so that you can clear.
Challenge mode.
I mean, not really.
This is what I'm gonna bring up if I go to Media Tour again. I need to have this answered, please.
You did. I mean, fortunately, my prog strat for Uwu is now the standard strat where we just said fuck it and ate the Ifrit dash on purpose.
Yep.
So it's perfectly normal.
What I like to do is on that very first tank purge, when Ultima becomes targetable, you have everybody have 9k HP and a small shield and 10%. And then it brings everyone down to triple digit HP, and then you just get a bunch of LB off that.
That's safe. That's pretty safe.
Yep.
We died a few times doing that when we didn't have a lot of gear on cloud servers, but we got there eventually.
We got there.
Yeah, that was fine.
I don't think we had a shield healer either, which was also a problem.
Did we really not?
We did not.
I thought I was on Sage or Scholar or something. Wasn't I on a DP? I don't remember what I was playing.
Maybe you showed up later. But when we were first going,
yeah.
I think Biff and Viz both popped Astro White Mage, and then we couldn't log back in because it would have taken.
That's for UCOB. Yeah, that definitely happened for UCOB. Yeah. Because by the time we did Uwu is the next day, there was no issue with the whole log off, log back on thing.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, we were talking about dungeons, right? We were talking about Unreal too, but I've gotten 5 foxes on my last 6 boards.
What the?
Yeah, so I'm fucking rolling in.
Yeah, 4 out of 6. 4 out of
What's
6.
the strat? Do you just click on a square that has like the intersection of like a 2x3 every time?
The strat is you go to Google and you type in Fox Hollow's cheat sheet.
Fox Hollow's Finder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
basically.
Yeah.
There's a thing where, like, based on the pattern you have, it automatically knows, like, based on where depending on where swords are, where the coffer is, and the possible fox spots.
What?
Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't known about this.
I've been guessing.
Like, to be fair, they had to teach me about this like ages ago. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
I thought it was random. You're telling me there's like set patterns?
No.
Holy
There's set
fuck.
patterns. There's set patterns, and it's basically like it's basically rando if you get a fox, but if you do have a fox, it's
always
pretty set where it is.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. You still have to have one on the board. I went a month and a half without one even being on the board at one point. So.
Well, I guess I'm doing Unreal today.
Our raid league went like 6 weeks. Our raid we went like 6 weeks without a fox until he got his first one.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad my last 3 weeks I've had 5 foxes. 500 points. I've sold 2 corgis for 9 to 10 mil a piece in the last 2 weeks.
I've sold a construct, what, 6? Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, and I got another one on the board. So
I want to get all that stuff for myself first. I'm kind of late on the Unreal train.
And now
But
that it's
speaking of
Thornton,
Gil,
yeah.
Have you guys been on that submarine?
No, I don't want to make an FC and level it and do all that shit.
I'm telling you, I make like
person
1
who
to
does
2
it.
mil.
Oh
every
yeah.
day.
Oh, I know you do. I know.
It's pretty nice.
I know exactly how much you make with it. Oh yeah. It's a lot.
Oh yeah.
We need to start selling our shit for the minute.
I don't have to do anything else. I just like I'm like, yeah, I'm chilling. Not like there's anything to spend it on. But
That's why I wait for the gold mounts to come out. Essentially, I have 400 mil after buying Shishio, paying for 2 of my extreme trial mounts. I think as Fidelis, you and I footed like 20 something mil a piece too. Yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah, those are times. Those are yeah. Oh boy. So after the dungeons, there was the overall spattering of content, and without even having to
New threats.
What happened?
New threat.
Yeah, the new threat, the barrel tender, the fucking Swoltar.
Swole Tinder.
Come here, warrior of light. 1 needle.
I'm afraid if I get 1 needle from that guy, which one it's gonna be? Yeah,
His
that was
fucking fist. His tree trunk of a fist. That's the needle.
It's got to do like the anime thing where like when the fist is coming at you, it's like they're blown up in size like a million times and
Like a million fists coming at you.
No, just the one, but like it's like 18 times the size of the person who's receiving the fist. So it's just like
boom.
Yeah. Do it anime style. That thing's got to have a mount at some point.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah.
Maybe they can make it. They can release the normal one and then do the gold swole tender mount for 50 million.
Oh my, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I have the golden gorilla. All the gold mounts carry the top final phase theme too, so my trauma comes with me everywhere I go. Pay 50 million gil just to be like, not again. Not again.
Not again. Not again. Not again.
Oh, dodge the X squares. X squares. X squares.
Wave cannon. Ah, I sure hope my tank remembered their 18 buttons.
It's funny until it's not. Anyway.
It's funny until the third wipe.
Yeah, X squares especially. The worst is when you get through the X squares and then die to the wave cannons.
Yay!
Yay! And then it's, oh man, when I was watching Frosty do it, then when they got past it, I was like, yes! And then I think they had a death or two to the regular X's. And I was like,
Oh! Pain. That day where they had
7 fucking...
like a bunch of enrages.
Oh, sorry, Frosty. You could have been here, but didn't show up.
I wanted to help so bad, but I know they were just going through it.
Had to go through it. One big thing in the topic of Ultimate that's getting us back on topic. Look at everything that is slated for the expansion. We have all the normal shit, so it's going to be like 9 dungeons on release, MSQ, normal raids, savage
kitchen
raids.
sink.
Treasure hunts, which they said we're going to get a new map type for treasure hunts at some point in Dawn Trail. So not the roulette wheel, not the door opening.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I want it to be pachinko, personally.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
What, you mean Plinko?
Yeah, plinko, whatever. Well, pachinko, plinko. Plinko is fucking, Price is Right.
Yeah.
We got Bob Barker over here just fucking doing his thing. So then, of course, again, the usual stuff, fates, hunts, S ranks, double S ranks, all that usual stuff. Then you have, as you mentioned earlier, the field operations.
Yay.
You have the first ultimate. Ozma has said 2. He said that in a quick Q&A with Arthur's and Zeno in person. Said 2. He said, maybe we'll consider doing 3. He's lying. We're not going to see 3. Then you also have Deep Dungeon update of some kind that they haven't been clear on it. They also mentioned at NA some other content, like some unnamed, not put on the thing. They said some new content style. They might have meant Cosmic Exploration back then. We don't know, but they just made like a comment about it. You have Cosmic Exploration. So for Ishgard lovers, I assume it will be akin to that. Diadem Ishgard, that entire dynamic. We have Variant and Criterion returning again.
Yay.
Hopefully with rewards. So
Actual rewards.
is it just me or is it pretty fucking packed?
There's a lot.
Yeah, this is Stormblood levels of content.
It is. Yeah, I guess that is a good way of putting it. It's more technically because it's stuff that's released since after Stormblood that's now being continued going into this.
So yeah, we were talking last week about it, and we were kind of on the fence about what would get left off, and apparently nothing's getting left off.
Yeah, I can't think of a piece of content type right now that's being abandoned.
Island Sanctuary. Abandoned. They're not going to update it any, or at least no serious updates. Yeah, it's done.
It's done. So
there is another quest for it in a week.
Yeah,
but that's it.
They were clear that was it for it, right? It's, like we went there, we did it. I mean, I guess there could have been like a different island, I guess, right? That they could have done.
They could have done a lot of stuff.
I liked it personally. It gave me a reason to do stuff, like log in. But we got other stuff now.
Yeah, a lot of other stuff. Yeah, and it's interesting because that was a big problem with Shadowbringers. I'm sorry, not Shadowbringers. With Endwalker, was that even with the activities they tried adding, there was a slip up in pretty much every patch. I think it's fair to say. Whether it was the housing debacle of the new system not fucking working with the roll zeros on getting the house, whether it was the Abyssos slip up, whether it was DSR and top bugs, whether it was Criterion's lack of rewards, whether it was the lack of a field exploration zone, EO probably not having the same impact in deep dungeons as POTD and Heaven on High did. There was some form of slip up everywhere along the way. Now, do we foresee that happening again with this volume? Because the volume of stuff here could potentially lead down that kind of divergent path of everything's a little less engaging.
I feel like it's natural when you have this much content for something to slip through the cracks.
Yeah, I'm expecting there to be bumps.
Yeah.
Do you think they're just going to be small bumps, or do you think they're going to be Endwalker-sized bumps?
Yes.
I think both, probably, with the amount of stuff.
Yeah. And everyone, of course, always goes to the 16-team thing. It's not nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
Nope.
I'm scared. I'll just say it. I'm actively scared. Not just because Endwalker had a lot of bumps, but strictly because it's just a lot. Like, at times, Endwalker both felt like a lot and not a lot because of what was releasing. Like, there was a lot of endgame stuff that released throughout Endwalker that made me very exhausted. Like, I don't know if you guys experienced the same thing, but I've never seen so many raiders just, like, wanting to hang it up in like, such a short period of time.
Yeah.
They're all now making Groups or 7.0 because, of course, they were going to do that. But at the time, they were hanging it up.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm concerned about that again because I think it's all going to be down to how Eden goes. I think that's going to set the tone. Because As Fidelis was... Thank God what?
It's gonna be really hard to miss with the Eden Ultimate. But if they do for some reason, that's going to be bad. Really bad.
I mean, DSR was a hit.
How would they?
Oh, there's a lot of ways they could slide.
If they just make the mechanics like Top again, I don't want to get into this whole reasons why I dislike Top and like DSR, but
that's another show.
That's a whole like 2-part show.
Oh man.
I just hope that they make the Eden Ultimate really, really good. And I'll just leave it at that.
Y'all motherfuckers are gonna have PTSD over it either fucking way. Like, no matter how it goes,
true, but like,
y'all will be fucking tired. Y'all will be fucking broken, and y'all will need fucking counseling. Just like, I mean, DSR more than fucking Top, but even after Top, y'all were just DSR. Y'all were kind of shattered. Top, y'all were just fucking broken. That broke y'all.
I don't even think it's just Top. Like the thing is, I think it's a content sandwich that did the whole thing. Because DSR like put you at your wit's end, even though you enjoyed it, but you enjoyed it to like the upper limit of like what you were mentally and physically capable of.
Yeah.
And then Abyssos,
sweet spot for me. That was an amazing experience.
Yeah. It was 2 weeks, but you know, we got through it. We made it. Yeah. Yep. Say the line, Whoops.
And I think it's important that after that experience, I still look back at that with fond memories. Like, and I still really enjoy doing that fight. Top, on the other hand, I cannot say the same.
I think that Top was a lot of fatigue, though, and I think some of that was brought on by Abyssos, which was the thing is, progging through Abyssos the first time was not a god-awful experience for the most part. 5 everyone seemed okay with. 6, like, people were like, it wasn't great, but like progging through 6 wasn't like, ugh, you know. 7 more so.
Yeah.
Definitely the fight doesn't begin till 30%. Like when on content you feel that way, it's not good. Like, I haven't even cleared the fight. You're like, the fight doesn't begin till 30%. That's great. And I don't think anyone disliked 8, but it didn't mean it helped.
Yeah.
I suppose. I'd say most people like 8.
Yeah, I like 8.
I think 8's in a weird place. Like for a lot of what I've heard about 8. 8's in a weird place where it's like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't knockout, you know. it was kind of like it existed. Y'all got through it. Congratulations.
I'd say it was more like it was just especially because of the early like first week or two balancing where it was just like really, really tight. It made a lot more people go down like, meta job change routes. And that's a big mood killer for a lot of people when they're just going through it, whether you're going for server first or just trying to clear it week one, like whatever. It affects those people a lot more. Like, I'm a fizz ranged. Well, I hate my life now because everyone's looking at me like I'm disposable. They're like, would we be better with just none? Please don't have that discussion. I would like to finish this raid tier. I was melee, but even still, it's just it was just frustrating enough to like hurt a lot of people's raid confidence. And then those same people were like, okay, I got it beat. I just need to make sure I have BIS for the next ultimate. And you know what? I'm sure it's not going to be nearly as grueling as DSR.
Lamau.
John Cena pops up. Are you sure about that?
The TLDR,
are you sure about that?
For the people listening that don't understand why some of the higher end players dislike top for whatever level they dislike it. For me, to just give a little insight, it's that when you're learning the mechanics in top, unlike the other ultimates, there's only two emotions that I felt when doing the mechanics, and it was, oh my god, what the fuck is this? It's so confusing. And then you figure out how to do it, and then it's just boring. And that's the entire fight. All the way up until P5, which is like halfway through, it's just like mind-numbing. Like literal like insanity mind-numbing. And then when you get to P5, it's just like this insane like 8 specific positions that every person needs to understand in and out perfectly, every single one, and you have to get there every time, and you have to get there enough times for everybody to understand every single little piece, because they don't understand just from watching a video or by you explaining it to them. Everybody has to understand. You just have to wait. It's just a big wait. And then when you get to the final phase, oh my god, there's no recovering at all. Anything goes wrong, done. Start over. And then you have to wait for everybody in your party again to hopefully get the things that they learned already in P5 and hope that everything goes perfectly. It's just like, and it's not even like it's fun to do. Most of the mechanics of that are just like once you understand them, it's boring. I don't like that fight.
I like it from like a storytelling standpoint.
That's not even getting into the damage checks and the mit checks, which I also don't agree with.
The damage checks are something, man. Those the crit variance has never been more egregious, I think is fair to say.
And like, assuming all 8 players in your group are really good and know exactly how to play and play perfectly, you can get there like 9 out of 10 times on content.
Yeah, and then there's always that one where somebody goes,
yeah,
bosses have.
Well, guess we'll fucking start over, guys. Should have played better.
No, it's so great when like everyone's just kind of doing the phase 1 mechanics, right? And you get to the end of Pantocrator where he's firing all the lasers. And everyone finally is like, okay, I'm done using my brain. And they look up at the health bar, is like, why is it at 8%?
Literally. So many times in dog. That exact thing went through my mind.
Guys, are we dead? So like we don't know, we're fine. You don't need to spend here. 0.1% finishes the cast.
You doo-doo. Doo-doo. And then just silence.
Oh, fucking top. I really hope Eden doesn't turn out that way.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's all like really minor issues that I have with it if you really add them up. And like the fight's still good, I gotta admit. But it's just like I had so much internal debacle debate with myself about if I liked that fight or not. And that has never happened with anything in this game before for me.
Well, there's always a first. Surely it can't get worse than that.
Surely, Mr. Happy, it can't get worse than that.
At least we had. I'm just thinking about what the release schedule for all this stuff ends up looking like in Dawn Trail, because you look at the normal Savage release, you look at Ultimate, You look at probably normal Savage variant criterion. You look at potentially Ultimate, then Deep Dungeon and Field Operations would theoretically be around. That's the only reason I think Field Operations might not be 0.35. It's normally where a Deep Dungeon update goes. And then, so you could have Ultimate, Deep Dungeon, and Field Operations all in the same off patch.
Oh my God.
Like, not the same day, but like in sequence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all while keeping up with your cosmic exploration at the same time, mind you. By that point, cosmic exploration will probably be in. So if you're into that, that's a whole. And if there's another Saint grind for like placement, good luck. Into another normal Savage, into another potential variant criterion, into probably another field operation, plus the potential DRS being somewhere in there, like equivalent. And then 0.5 being kind of the wrap up where things are kind of calmed down a little bit, but still new field operation, variant criterion, all that stuff. So
did you
saying all this right now?
I didn't mention Blue Mage or Beastmaster, which are two other things that are both getting / updated for Blue Mage, introduced at towards the end of the expansion as well.
We gotta remember that this is coming out over time, like a lot of time.
Yeah,
it's just that even over time,
really
it's
overwhelming. Yeah. It's going to be a busy expansion, which I'm thankful for, and I hope it's all fun, but woo.
Because everybody bitched about how we don't have anything to do in lockers and
damn, Sly.
Okay, show me your fishing log. Show me your Mahjong rating. Show me your achievement. Go ahead, pull it up. Let's see. Let's see how much you really don't have to do.
Exactly.
Oh, ocean fishing. I still don't want to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing big fishing. Whoops. I'm not doing it.
You'll do it eventually.
No, I won't.
Yeah,
I'm making every relic right now. That's my thing for now. All right.
Dude, the thing about big fishing is that it's actually really fun until you get to the super hard ones. Speaking of which, who's excited for the 0.55 fish next week, baby? Woo! Oh my God. I'm going to be waking up at 2 a.m. after sleeping for an hour. I'm going to be waking up at 4 a.m. again.
There's a lot of
there's
a lot of despairs in the chat right now.
Yeah, we really didn't talk about the date for the patch next week. Yeah,
because we all figured it was going to be the 16th. Like, it just kind of worked out to being the day.
I was hoping the following week. Honestly.
I know what you were hoping, but there was also what you were hoping, and then there was the reality, which was that it was probably going to be.
I understand, but yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
So
I'm pumped for 0.55. Not for fishing.
What are you pumped for? I'm pumped for fishing. What are you pumped for?
I want to see the Hildebrand finale.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I think I skipped over this, but Pictomancer Hildebrand quests are gonna be fucking hilarious.
Do you think, okay, knowing the locales and seeing what we've seen so far of Dawntrail, do you think we get a battle at Big Bridge 2?
Oh, there's the battle of the biggest bridge I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that bridge, I was like, it's Revenge in VC. He went, guys, you know what happens on big bridges in Final Fantasy, right? Gold.
Yeah. I just can't wait to see, because Hildebrand's going to have to go to Solution 9 at some point, and I don't... Oh, God. Yeah. So, Hildebrand. I'm glad they got a grasp on Hildebrand, because as somebody who does enjoy it, Stormblood was so weird because they seemed so wholly uncommitted to it at the time, and then they took the break and it really paid dividends. I mean, right from the get go with the fucking the Hildebrand thinking he was a fucking sin eater was gold right from the beginning. And the fucking volleyball, constantly fucking sports references everywhere, have worked out very well. It does also mean the last Manderville weapon, which is, tomes.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure you have tomes.
I got tomes. I got 2,000 tomes. Fortunately, Sly, when you need 200...
Wait.
Let me tell you, Sly, when you need 211,000 tomes for all your animal weapons, you fortunately get a lot of causality along the way.
How's your progress on that? You getting close to being done?
Not as far as I thought I was.
That look right there.
I'm not as far as I thought I was, but close is a really strong and direct word. I need 5 more weapons worth of the first light step for Zodiac, and I need all of the Mahatmas, which are 600 poetics each for 8 jobs, because I already have 2. But yeah, no, the anima weapon, if you need all 13 of them and you don't use poetics for umbrites, it's 211,000 poetics to do all the anima weapons. I don't craft, so it's going to be more than that for me. So, custom deliveries.
For this last step, are we really thinking it's solely tomes, or is there going to be anything extra?
It's going to be.
It's the tomes. They've pretty much said all the steps are tomes. Like, they keep getting asked because nobody wants to believe it. So they just keep asking, and he's just like...
Yeah, and that's why I ask, because I don't want to believe it.
Like, I swear in like 4 different interviews, he gets, like, across like the last 3 patches, he just gets asked, doing anything different for those this time? No, it's tomes. It's gonna be tomes. Like, you sure you don't have like another currency?
A random step there where we gotta go get something from Fates or some shit, or Alexander or anything? No,
just tomes. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, they've looked good so far. So hopefully they still look good this time. MGP, yeah, honestly, no, I've seen people unironically think it's going to be MGP because it's Godbert.
Nah.
No, that's cruel. Especially right after the Fall Guys event goes away, to then make it MGP afterwards. Come on, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that would be fucked up.
There's also the Allied Tribe quests, so hopefully you did all of those.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Is that actually happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allied Tribe quest. Yep. There's
anything the emotes can be.
I had an idea, and then I lost it. Maybe we just get a mount. Fuck it. Oh, there was a mount they showed that I thought was from that at the live letter like a couple months ago. There was one. What was it again? Chat? What was the mount that we thought was from Hildebrand? Was it the poo-poo? Oh, there was a bun bot, and then I think there was the spaceship, the poo-poo spaceship, the UFO.
Oh, the UFO.
Yeah,
the poo-poo spaceship. Yeah. That's what they're called. They're called
Why would that
poo-poos.
be Beast Tribes?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Hildebrand. No, there was something else. Yeah. That was from Hildebrand. There was something else I thought was from Allied Tribe Quest in there. Might have been the bun bot. There was a bun bot in there as well. So I think that might be it.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then there is the Tataru finale. There is the Island Sanctuary finale. And then it's us being upset they still didn't unlock the tier.
Yay.
I'm going to be so mad when it's not unlocked next week. And also no double tome cap, of course, for those who are also looking for that. No, not next week.
Why do we need it? Well, I guess for relics.
No, the relics don't use that one. These are the causality.
Oh, right.
Yeah. No, it's more like on principle at this point.
There's no reason for that.
There's no reason not to is the problem also.
Yeah, I guess, but
yeah, it's there's no reason for any of it to be locked at this point. That's the chief concern. And I don't think there's anything else, because then we also found out the Xbox beta is next month as well. So Dynamis finally going to have a few players that are going to come, more players that come to Ether. So that's cool, I suppose.
Got fun teaching all the Xbox players how to do Labyrinth of the Ancients, everybody.
What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull the Bone Dragon south. And do not listen to anyone. Just make sure you turn off Shout Chat and pull the Bone Dragon south. Okay? Just because even though it's exactly the same and arguably better than North, because nobody has to fucking chase the dragon across the goddamn arena, somebody's going to provoke it off you and try to pull it north.
Final moment.
Yep. No, it's because primal people come to Ether. It's sometimes an Ether moment now too.
Unfortunately.
Yep. And then the funny thing is the Ether people provoking it back, and then it facing middle and doing a breath attack, and then the Ether person looking like the asshole. Which, you know, fair, but still. Yeah, and I think that's everything from the keynote. I can't think of anything else other than going over the minimum specs again.
Beastmaster.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to say. We mentioned Beastmaster. That's among the content.
We mentioned it in passing.
I mean, but what do you think it's gonna do? Like, what do you think it's gonna play like?
I think I actually straight up want a Pokemon clone. Like, it straight up, you just challenge NPCs. You get it's not going to be that, because they even said it's going to be able to team up with other limited jobs, which implies Blue Mage Beastmaster combo achievements, or just achievements that are any limited job being brought into the fray. I'd assume there'd also be eight Beastmaster stuff, but I just hope they've learned a lesson or two about Blue Mage, or from Blue Mage for Beastmaster, because Blue Mage was
Beastmaster is going to have an LB equivalent, so we can do Blue Woo.
They're never giving us ultimates. As sad as it is to say, limited ultimate.
Flip it.
I want it, but as soon as they abandon it, like, it can't do variant and criterion, or it can't do Eureka, it can't do.
I wish it could.
Bosia, it can't do deep dungeon. It just can't. I just want it to be able to do these things, but it can't. So the lesson I hope they learned is that when you're updating it, don't add one new thing to do on your own and then call it quits because you're like, yeah, fuck it. There's a raid tier they could go do for a title. And not even for a mount. No, the mount, they were like, nah, the Marlboro, that was enough. We're not going to ever do a mount again. Fuck you. We'll just make... Yep. No ultimate, no more mounts. Just, good luck. So upset.
Oh, you can get a Blue Mage weapon from doing Criterion, not on Blue Mage.
Oh, maybe we'll get a Beastmaster weapon.
True.
Fuck me in the beard. Anyway, that's just not looking forward to it. I need more. I do need more Criterion stuff, but I'm worried about the rewards for Criterion still. I'm not any more convinced than I was before. And I don't think there's anything else outside of that. I think that covers everything from the keynote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About.
Exciting. Now we wait for. There should be one more live letter before job action stuff. If they follow suit, there should be just another plain live letter that just updates us on a few things.
That the next next live letter will probably more than likely have date and collector's edition.
Yeah, that was something we kind of skipped over. This was the first time a third FanFest hasn't given us a date.
I was expecting the collector's edition box.
Yeah, all of us were. Yeah. Remember this
I think they want to do
that.
They want to.
I had my credit card ready.
I think they want to do that together. Right? They want to have the date so you can pre-order and then what you're getting. So they want to do that together instead of just, hey, here's some shit you can't pre-order yet, but get ready.
Although the only time we've gotten the pre-order the same day as the live letter / FanFest keynote is for Endwalker, because it was the digital one. Every other one they've given a date for pre-ordering. Yeah. I hope they give a date this time again and not say, good luck. Hey, assholes, go.
It's out now. Go pre-order.
Not a good idea. Don't think that's a good idea. So that's going to be the next live letter. We also have first 10 days of April is the 16 collab.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, they said early April, which it means it's the 2nd or the 9th of April. It's one of the two.
Okay.
So that's get your Torgal, pet your Torgal, treat your Torgal well.
I guess I got to play 16 by then.
Yeah, you could do that. The second DLC should be around then too. It's spring at the very least.
I want it on PC. I don't want to plug in my PS5.
Maybe summer if you're lucky.
I'll just plug in my PS5. Fuck it.
All right, plug in your PS5.
There you go.
Proud of you. There you go. Yeah, just pet the Torgals. Everyone can pet the Torgals.
Gotta finish Ragnarok too.
Yeah. Heard it was good. I didn't play it. Want to play. And then that's it. Now it's done. Now it's everything. Again, except for Bahatia, who came later.
Yep.
Yep.
And the job armor that they showed.
Oh yeah, job armor. Astro looking like it showed up for fucking for slumber party.
Paladin looked the same. Samurai looked the same. Astro looked interesting.
It's the same.
The Dragoon armor
yes.
also looked the same, but cool. And we only saw the drawing of it, so.
Yeah, the Reaper was a favorite amongst a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean it's got the window, so that people always go crazy for the stitched lining window. Yeah, the lace window. Mm-hmm. You know, they know their fan base. It's fine. We're content with it at this point. And I remember I like pretty much all of them except like one, even if though they're similar-ish to like one's past, like you said with Paladin, Sage. You know, one looks pretty good. I was a fan.
Sage looked cool.
I thought Sage's was Paladin for a second. And then,
that's why it looked cool.
I said the same thing like on our live letter watch party. I'm like, is that Sage? No, I thought that was Paladin. And then they go one page over. Yeah, that's.
They just put pauldrons on it, which I'm here for. It looked cool.
Yeah, yeah, it looked good. And now I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Well,
2 die channels, but
we know. I was excited for that.
Dude, now I get to wear 2 different jet blacks on my armor.
Y'all excited for those high quality bricks though?
The fucking bricks behind all the graphical updates.
Yeah. I'm sorry. When they did the bricks, the first thing I noticed was the bricks.
Damn, those bricks look good. Move that guy out of the way.
Yeah, the character updates all looked pretty good. It's funny when they got to the Lalafell one, everyone's like, we've seen this one enough. We know. We don't need to talk about the chins anymore. That's it. Yeah, the metal on the armor, the stitching and all that stuff. There's a few faces that looked better. They made note, especially I think it was 3 or 4 times they had the darker skinned characters. They were like, when you're in darker areas, it'll look better now, and it won't look as shit as it did before, because everything they just had no good way of displaying graphics when the lighting was off for that. So that's I mean, it all looked great. I'm not like crazy about characters. I've had the same character for ages. My fucking like douchebag looking fucking sideburns that I have on my obnoxious sounding Lalafell. Yeah. Yeah, Whoops always likes to point out the fucking noises that my
I'm like, shut up.
Don't worry, I also say shut up.
I'm surprised, Whoops, I'm surprised you weren't annoyed by fucking Bajda with the woo.
Oh no, I was. That damn Archer.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, shut up, man.
Oh, when you play Dragon's Dogma, you're gonna have a great time.
Oh, you are going to so many memes.
Just remember that goblins are weak to fire. Whoops. And ice.
And in packs.
Yeah, and wolves hunt in packs. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Keep that in mind.
Yep. Just don't forget those things in particular. Okay. Yeah.
I'll remember.
All right.
I'm sure I won't be reminded, so I'll keep that.
Yeah. You'll never hear those words again. I promise.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, but the characters all look good. I think there were a few that still need some work. I think the Aura, the male Aura, probably still needs a little bit of work from what they showed, especially the neck scales. Something isn't. They technically look better, but they look off still. In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else looked great. Oh yeah, the Hrothgar also didn't look that much improved, or not nearly as improved as everything else. So they got a few things. I don't know about you guys. I'm not big on. I like to put cool armor on, but I just don't care what my character looks like because I wear a fucking frog mask 99% of the time anyway. I just gotta always have this handy.
Nice.
I have no way of securing it to my head. I have to hold it like this. every time. And okay, now we're we got so wrapped up in all the content talk. We're like, right, they talked about like quality of life a little bit, barely, but like,
who cares?
I'd have cared if they had talked about Friends List at all, but you know.
Same. I wanted a social rework.
Yeah, me too.
We all did.
Yeah, we wrote that off last week. We're like, it's not going to happen. We like, I hope, but no, we knew. They have to at some point. It's getting dire. Like, it's been dire, but it's getting more dire by like the update. So fingers crossed.
You know what? That'll be my one. You know, that'll be my one Yoshi P bitch is like the social rework.
Yoshi P bitch. Oh, that's going to be the thing you bring in. No more tackle boxes.
I gave him that like years ago, dude.
But have you?
Yeah, absolutely.
In your soul of souls, it's okay.
Yep, just like F-Zero.
All right. And so with that, I think we can wrap the show up.
Yippee!
Oh, I didn't know you were so excited to leave.
Well,
Whoa.
it's my girlfriend's birthday, so.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, yeah, let's get you the fuck
I'm a
out of
little
here.
excited.
Well, without that information, it's...
Boo! Turn the stream off.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed our discussion on the opening keynote from JP FanFest. Now we get to go a little bit silent and enjoy our game release, our quarter one game releases, and all the madness that will come with that. So hopefully you all have the games picked out, whether it be Grand Blue, Persona, Like a Dragon, Tekken, Rebirth, fucking all the other, there's even more. I don't want to get it. Prince of Persia's out tomorrow or something, or the next day. Isn't it like this week or something? I don't even know. Yeah, but thanks, Whoops, for taking the time to join us, especially on your girlfriend's birthday.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah,
It's always fun.
Well, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you at?
You can find me at Signalis when you search on the Steam store. Go play Signalis right now. I would appreciate it. And then let me know what you think of it. That's it.
That's, you don't not know. That's it. Nothing. Not what you're, I mean, I know what you're doing now.
Go play Signalis right now. Cancel your plans for today.
But what about Pal World early access this month? You don't want to play Pokemon with guns?
Okay, maybe a little.
Pokemon in America? His name is Whoops also.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can probably find him by searching that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Sly? What you got going on? I mean, I know what you got going on, but...
Yeah, well, again, I'm Sly. You know, I stream. If you didn't know, yeah, I stream. 10th year. How you doing?
Sly streams.
You can find me not fucking here.
Yeah, you don't stream for the next week. What a weird time to say that.
I know. For the next week, you will not fucking find me here. I will not be at this desk. But then, you know, I had planned for, you know, get back on Tuesday and a couple more days of nothingness. But thanks, Yoshi P. Really appreciate it. Maybe come out on my vacation one fucking day. Thank you. But yeah, twitch.tv/Sly, aka Gray Fox. But again, not for a week. Maybe for Wednesday. Wednesday for like one day. And then, yeah. Twitter @Sly the Fox.
There you go.
Don't bother me.
You wrapped it up. Sly, lead me in.
Right now it's me.
No.
Time. I need time.
Shut up, Sly. We got to get him out of here. It's his girlfriend's birthday.
All right, Haps, where can they find you?
You could find me, Mr. Happy, playing Dragon's Dogma on Twitch like every day because it's going to be a long game because my pawns keep yelling at me to go do things and that all paths lead to Grand what's Grand Soren? There you go. That's the place. Yeah. And I'll just be I got a whole bunch of stuff planned for based on the Dawn Trail. the keynote, I've got ultimate expectations. I put out a lore video for 11 today. If any of you are looking to who the fuck that was on the artwork from the recent keynote, there's a very detailed explanation of that. And expect a lot of that over the next coming months. I'll also be playing Grand Blue at the end of the month, and I believe my Discord has voted on the PC version by a reasonable margin because it's not cross-platform. So I needed to figure out which one. Yeah, 28-16 for PC versus PS4. So I'll be doing that if you're planning on playing Anime Monster Hunter, because that's what it is, as far as I know. It's very Anime Monster Hunter. And then 7 Rebirth next month on the 29th, of course.
Of course.
Yes, of course. And some other stuff probably in February. I'll figure it out. Anyway, that's going to be a wrap for us. Thanks for everyone on Patreon for supporting. Thanks to Steel Series for sponsoring. And we're going to go into a very short post-show so Woops can leave, which he's very excited about.
Yahoo!
There you go. All right. So we will not see you next week, most likely. Going to let Sly have his vacation other than the one day and not force him to do a show as well. So enjoy. We'll be back the week after that to talk about 6.55. All right. So thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Don't call me.